Hello my witches and wizards, this is Professor Rowan. Today is day 1 of the Harry Potter Calamity event, so we are going to be discussing that, as well as there was a major update to the application from the Wizards Niantic over the evening, so we're going to go over that as well. First off, let's do the update. The update happened overnight, so you may need to go into your application settings and do the update manually. I know I had to. Also, when you're done doing the update, you're going to have to download the assets. There were over 942 assets to download, so please make sure you're doing that over Wi-Fi. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have here in my restricted tome all the information about what happened in the update. So let's go over that stuff briefly. First off, we've got some good news. We've got some bug fixes, and we've got some bad news. The good news is that you can now see the energy that you have available in the upper left-hand corner of your map. That is something that Wizards have been asking for since the beginning, so I'm so glad that the Wizards Niantic have been able to figure that out for us. Also, your map does no longer automatically orient north, which I know was something that was driving my life mate intensely crazy. So it now points the same direction you were looking when you come out of an inn or a fortress or you're done fighting a foundable. They have also made it so that all extemulo potions are more, what's the proper word? Potent? Yeah, all the extemulo potions are now more potent. Even the most basic one to the advanced is going to be helping you do more damage in a battle. Second part is the bug fixes. The bugs that the Wizards Niantic have been able to fix for us is the one involving the port key when your AR was on. Apparently sometimes you would drift out of the port key and lose the port key. That is no longer an issue. That bug has been resolved. Another set of bugs actually have been resolved during the tutorial section. I never noticed those bugs, but apparently people were having problems getting stuck within the tutorial, not being able to progress. So that bug has now been fixed. There was also a bug where your map would freeze if you were picking up ingredients for potions off of the map, especially if your cellular telephone device's signal was weak, so that bug has also been fixed. And now for the bad news. The Statute of Secrecy task force has found more items that have been ripped out of their proper time and place. So there are even more items available. Well, available isn't the right word in this situation. There are more traces that we are going to have to find. These include people like Neville Longbottom has been found, has been ripped out of his time and place. Professor Flitwick has been ripped out of his time and place. There's been several new additions to that. There's also been found during the wizarding challenges that there are so many additional pieces that they had to give us a whole new page. It's in the Symbols of Wizarding world, and it now has 3 whole pages to encourage us to go through the fortress as much as possible to get out all of these extra foundables that have been locked within the challenges. The XP awarded has been changed. So the XP awarded in the fortresses for the lower levels like I believe 1 through 8, have been reduced significantly, while the XP granted in the higher levels, 11 and up I believe, have all been increased. So now that we know how the update has changed things for us, thank you Wizards Niantic, we're going to talk now about the Brilliant event that starts in a few minutes. Just like last time, we're beginning to see a pattern where there are 4 tasks available. Some traces are only available in the wild, some are only received by completing the tasks, some are found in 7K port keys, and some are found only in the fortresses. Let's go over week 1, and just week 1 right now. Week 1, in the wild you can find Harry Potter in his Quidditch team captain outfit, as well as Hedwig. Your task rewards are the Triwizard Cup uniform and some mismatched socks. You'll be finding a school trunk within the port keys, and you'll be finding a jumper inside the wizarding challenges, which looks to me like a sweater. So I think that's just one of the ways that British and American English are kind of weird. Maybe they mean sweater. So let's look in this restricted tome and see what our tasks are. The first task of the 4 is to find 3 foundables, 2 port keys or ingredients off of the map, and 3 Hogwarts school traces. The second one is going to be to find 2 copies of Brilliant Hedwig, open one port key, and 10 masterful casts. I hope you've been working on your casting. The third task will be finding 3 high threat level items, 2 Brilliant Harrys, and 3 Legend of Hogwarts traces. The fourth item and the last one would be to open 4 port keys, brew 7 potions, and do 3 challenges in the fortress. Once you total up what you receive from all of these items, you will be getting, if you complete all 4, 15 restricted books, 2,250 experience points. Now that's just as the bonus from these. That's not counting the 1,000 experience you will get just from doing 10 masterful traces, for example. We will also be getting 2 strong stimula potions, 50 gold, some stickers, a frame, and a messy hair lens, which my hair's messy enough. I don't think I need any help. Now I know some of you didn't complete the Brilliant event last time, so this time I'm just going to go over some quick tips and tricks to help you get through each piece as we go forward. The comments that I kept seeing last time was that the hardest part was finding the required pieces when you had required pieces. So if you're being required to find Hogwarts school pieces, being able to find those. My trick for that is to make sure that you are paying attention to the flags on the map. If you are seeing a flag on the map that is and you click on it and it shows that it's highlighting the area you are in, it's very unlikely that you're going to find something other than that. So, for example, one of the places that I go looking for foundables a lot is the Lancaster Mall, because it's an easy place to walk around indoors when it's raining. The Lancaster Mall has a flag in the middle of it, so the mall and all the space around it has a flag for magical items. So I find tons of magical item traces, but I don't find much anything else there. Even if I put a dark detector in an inn in that area, it brings more of that type, not something else like Hogwarts School or something. So if you're looking for a particular type, try not to look in a flagged area that's not the type you're looking for. If you are looking for a type like, say, Dark Wizards, and you can't find a flag helping you say that this is where I'll be able to find Dark Wizard traces, go to a large area that has inns but no flags covering the area. For example, I like Bush Pasture Park. It's got a lot of space, a lot of inns, a couple fortresses. I can walk the whole thing in about an hour, and I find a huge, diverse range of items. The diversity there is key. It should help you be able to find more things that you're looking for. Now, the tasks that require potion brewing, count the potion when you collect it. So I always brew a lot of potions while I'm asleep at night. It's so handy that it just does 4 for you while you're waiting. So if you know that you have a task coming up, say the 4th task where you have to brew 7 potions, and you're close to the end of the 3rd task and you have 3 potions sitting there to collect, wait to collect those potions and start brewing more until after you've hit that task point. I also encourage you to brew a lot of healing potions and stimula potions. The basic healing and a stimula potion, both of them are only 2-hour brews. Plus, if you know your master notes for them, they can be done in 15% less time. My last tip, which really works the best during the 3rd part of this challenge, where you have to find high danger traces. That one, use inns to your advantage. Find a place that you like to go. For instance, I'm a huge fan of Straight from New York Pizza in downtown. While I'm sitting at the tables outside that pizza place, I can easily access 2 inns. I will put a dark detector or 2 or 3 in those 2 inns. So while I'm sitting there enjoying pizza, talking to my friends, those dark detectors are pulling up high traces in the area for you. Also, that 3rd task is requiring you to collect Legends of Hogwarts items. If you can find an inn that is flagged in a Legends of Hogwarts area, put down 3 dark detectors and feed 2 birds with 1 scone. If you can't find any flags for that particular item in your area, go to a place that doesn't have any flags on it at all, like my favorite pizza joint, and make sure that you can get at least 1 in, hopefully 2. You can stay there for the half hour, have a good time. Or if you are able to get yourself so that you are working on your 3rd task, during Community Day, those dark detectors are going to be good for a full hour. So, having pizza or burgers or your favorite pasta joint and it having an inn nearby, how would that not be awesome, right? And that totally goes into that whole community, because you'd be sitting there having pizza, someone walks by, says, hey, there's a bunch of dark detectors, and you can be like, hey, I know, I put them there, you want some pizza? I mean, come on, guys, it's gonna be awesome. Okay, I have some really quick things that I got since my recording this morning and getting home. First off, I'm not as worried as I was before about getting high instance traces, because Harry fighting the Dementor is a high-level trace, and it's everywhere. And it appears to be the new unicorn of stealing all of your energy, so make sure you have enough of it before you face them. The other thing is I completely forgot to talk about werewolves. Werewolves came out for the first time in North America last night, so I went werewolf hunting with my life mate and learned a couple things. They're fairly easy to find, but they don't show up in places where oddities usually show up. Usually I find a lot of oddities in wooded areas, large parks, things like that. These times I was finding oddities in the middle of main streets. They were all over when I was driving down a main street to get food, but I didn't find them anywhere in the parks. So it looks to me like werewolves are only in populated areas, not in more park-friendly, rural type environments. So keep an eye out for werewolves in the streets for tonight and tomorrow night, and then they're gone. All right, my witches and wizards. It's time. Let's see what we are going to hear today. Hermione, I've been deluged with owls from friends saying they've been returning lots of foundables related to me. Everything from old socks to a young me being kissed by a Dementor. Ugh. Perhaps by being in the public eye, I'm more subject to the whims of the Calamity. Well, that is true. He is, one of the most famous, if not the most famous living wizard right now. Anyway, well, there was that Daily Prophet feature about your work with the Statute of Secrecy Task Force. Perhaps that's drawn the attention of the Calamity somehow. That may confirm a theory. Yay! Love confirming theories. If enough people focus on something, it could affect how the Calamity behaves. Alright, let's see what is happening. Going in, clicking on special, there we go. The brilliant event, and it shows the returning 3 foundables, return 3 Hogwarts School family foundables, the items that we knew that we were going to need, get 2 ingredients off of the map, foundables from any family. Oh, yep. Notice that I need to go investigate. I think I figured that out already. Alright, so it looks like we've got some hunting to do. Okay, witches and wizards, we've got a lot of things to do this week. Remember to try to take advantage of getting more than one item done at a time. And remember, keep your eyes peeled, your ears open, and your wands ready.